Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sorrowful here, and today I feel in a great mood. I had a good day at school. I came home to MapleStory and found another 2.1 bill in my shop, so things are looking good. And so I feel in the mood to make my MapleStory merchanting series, episode number 3. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it, and now I'm finally going to do it. So let's, get your notepads out and get your pens. I'm going to be giving a lot of tips today, and we'll see if I can find some deals for you guys during my time of recording. So first off, I want to get straight into the action. I want to show you guys a little skit that I put together real quick. I have my friend Jim helping me out here, so special thanks to Jim. Jim's AB, that's his IGN. And I'm going to show you guys basically when someone comes up to you and asks you for a price check. Now, a lot of people come up to me every day and they ask me for price checks. And you want to use this time to your advantage. You want to take advantage of this moment, because if you don't, I promise you, someone else will. So you take advantage of it, and basically you're going to be ripping them off. So here's a little skit of what you want to do. So let me just go ahead and type the word. He should trade me any second now. And here we go. Oh look, I get a trade. Yes. Because this is usually what I say when someone randomly trades me. Of course I'm going to say sure. Oh look, the item looks good. Okay, now at this point you want to try and play casual. You want to make it seem like you're not trying to rip the person off. You want to act like you're their friend and like you're being honest. So what you could say, pretend you're thinking about it. This shows like a general, thinking about it, giving it some thought, because acting like you care. Now, I know that this is well over max mesos, maybe around the 3 bill era, alright? At least in my server. So this is around the 3 bill era. And now remember guys, this is just an example. The price I'm going to pay him at the end is already discussed and predetermined, and it's a big ripoff. But this is just an example. So you'll say, to be honest, I think it's worth around maybe 5 to 15 mil, we'll say. After you say that, obviously you're going to have more of a realistic price, but still so that you get a profit. And a matter of fact, I kind of need one. Now remember guys, this is just an example. I usually play my game a little more smooth. This is just kind of rough. My game needs for free, so profits for the win. So, after you give them that fake price check, you could even still lower it. You could say in the middle, say I offered 400 to 600, I could go 500. And you guys, this might seem ridiculous, but this actually works. This actually works, guys. So this is just an example, and it actually works. So trust me, this works, and look, you just get deals like this. This is why you want to take advantage of these moments, because as I said, I promise you, if you don't, another person will, and that person might just be me. It's why I make so much profit, and it's why I make so much money. So again, special thanks to Jim, for not scamming me. I do not know him in real life. He's just a trusty friend. So thanks to him. And guys, let me just go over that. If someone comes up to you, whether it be they came back from a long break of MapleStory, which is 9 times out of 10 the case, or if they're just inexperienced with the FM, go ahead and feel free to lie to them. Do not feel bad about it, because the FM it really is a hard and tough place, and a lot of people don't like merchants for this reason, because they are, they're kind of selfish. And to be honest, if you want to make money, you have to have that trait. You have to be a little selfish. Don't feel bad about it, because the big eat the small in the FM. It's like the real world. It's like the real world. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to think big. You got to, do what you need to do to become successful, to become big, to make that money. Okay, so that's just a little skit I put together for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys take some notes about that. Do not feel bad about ripping off a quote-unquote noob. Alright? Alright then. Alright guys, now that I showed you guys that little skit, it's time to move on to the main portion of this episode. First off, I just want to say that if I sound a little sticky yet sometimes, it's because I have all these little points written down on my iPhone, and so yeah, I'm gonna kind of read them off as we go along, so please bear with me. It might not sound too fluent or anything like that, but I'll try my best. So first off, I think it'd be best if we go over some of my most recent merches. These have all happened in the past three days. So in the past 3 days, some of my merches were, I bought a Shinobi bracer, the level 55 claw, really old school claw. I knew it'd be a collectible, and I seen someone selling it in the FM the other day, and they didn't know the price. So I told them it was 2 mil. I knew it was worth a lot more. I don't even know how much it's worth, but I knew it was a lot more than 2 mil. So I bought it for 2 mil, and I sold it for 150 mil, equaling a 148 mil profit. I also bought a 23 attack brown work glove for 1 bill, and I resold it for 1.5 bill, 500 mil profit. I bought a bunch of advanced equip enhancement scrolls for 15 mil each, and I sold all for 33 mil each, equaling a 18 mil profit per scroll. I bought like 60 golden hammers for 60 mil each, which is like, I don't know, like 3-4 bill that I spent, and I'm reselling them for 140 mil each. I still have some left, but it's selling pretty good, and I'm selling them for 140 mil each, equaling a 80 mil profit per hammer, and I have a bunch of those. I bought a dragon can jar for 2.45 bill, so we'll round it up to 2.5 bill, and I resold it for 3.5 bill, so 1 bill profit. And you know those Easter egg buffs that I did in the last episode, I bought them for 15 mil each, and I resold them for 38 mil each, equaling a 18 mil profit per buff. Is that right? No, wait, that's way more, isn't it? I think it's 23 mil. Sorry, 23 mil profit. Wow, my brain. So those are all merches I did in the last week, well, in the past few days, and this is what you gotta do. You gotta stay on top of your game, stay on top of your grind, and just make sure you're doing those FM checks. So I think it's best if you kind of develop your own little way of checking the FM. What I typically do, and you guys do not have to follow this, but if you want to, you can. This is just what I do. I usually start off in FM 6. And don't go in the FM every time. You know, if you want to, you can, but it's just a little quicker if you do the change channel way of switching FMs. So I usually start off in FM 6, and this lag is ridiculous. I really don't know why I'm lagging. Sorry, I'm really sorry for the lag. This is really bad. I think it's gonna DC this whole map right now. Let's just go ahead and lower this to 0. See if it helps. No, this is gonna DC. Yeah, I think someone's DC hacking. It looks like people's missing and everything. I really hope this doesn't happen during the video. Come on. Okay, so we'll just say I'm starting in FM5 today. So, I just check... it's lagging a lot. I just check the bottom FMs first. This is what I do. I check the bottom row, middle row, and then top row. And now that I told you guys that, I think it'd be okay if I tell you guys another little tip. Here's another little tip, so you might want to take this down. When someone asks you to offer on an item that you want to try and merch off of, go ahead and lowball, because 7 times out of 10, they're a noob, and they'll end up selling it to you anyway. Besides, you got nothing to lose. Like, think about it. You really have nothing to lose. The worst they could do is possibly fame you, which most don't do. They could say LOL, call you a noob, and cancel the trade, and then get on with their lives. So just feel free to lowball. If someone's telling you to offer, I highly doubt they'll cancel the trade. From personal experiences, they don't. And so, just, feel free to lowball. Get that low price so you can sell it for maximum profit. So I just looked through the FMs really quick. If you see an item that interests you, or an item that you know a lot about, for example, I know a bit about, belts. So I'll look at items that are either unique belts or epic belts, and look at their prices and look at their stats, and really look at each detail. Something that a lot of people tend to forget to look at is the number of slots available and the number of hammers applied. This is really bad because those two things, those two factors could really make the price a big difference. Like, it could really make a huge difference. So make sure you scope out every single statistic of that item. You know, even look at the weapon defense, okay? Because everything makes a difference. Really look at it and make sure it's worth the money before you buy it. You do not want to have to, you know, lose some money because you didn't look at the hammers applied. Okay, so, you know, I'm good at belts, so I look at belts thoroughly, I look at daggers thoroughly, and I just really look at items that I'm really good with, and that way I could maximize my profits. So let's just go through some FMs here. Red Rose chat ring. You know, you could look at rings, but I know people over here, lately they've been pricing things at, you know, their fair prices, so there haven't been much to really merch off of lately. So I usually use the FME right now. And we just keep going. Seeing nothing so far. What you guys could start off with, if you guys don't have a lot of money, you guys could start off with books and scrolls. I don't really drift to that side anymore because I think it's too slow, it's too small the profit for me. I like doing bigger things. But for starters, you could definitely use books. Books is a great way to get started. Unfortunately, I'm not the best with book prices right now. Sometimes I am, you know, and right now I'm just not that good with them. So you guys can start off with books. For me, I'm not going to be doing it in this video. And this guy, you know, if you can't really find anything in the FM, go ahead and, like, you know, buy something that's almost for its full price. Like this, I could buy all of them for 333 mil and then resell them and get about 400 mil. So about 60 mil profit taking taxes away. So, you know, you could just do little things like that. I don't really like doing it because I feel like, you know, I don't really need it. If I wanted to, I could be making billions of mesos in profit every day, but I'm just too lazy. I don't really feel like buying that because, you know, I don't feel like it's enough profit for me. You want to look at equip enhancement scrolls. You can look at nebulites for sure. You know, look at Tempest gear. Some people might undersell their Tempest gear. You could look at something like this that I just seen. This. It's not the better one, right? Yeah, if it was the 5 attack one, this one right here, and he sold it for 200 mil, he got ripped off. You could sell that for like 350 mil, easy. So yeah, that's how I search the FMs. This right here, you want to look at nebulites if you have a lot of money. These, I resold a couple of these. I bought them for 350 mil, resold them for 450. So that's 100 mil profit per scroll. You know, just keep your eyes peeled. Look for nebulites, like I said. You can look for belts, whatever you feel comfortable merging with. Stick to that. Like, don't go out of your comfort zone. It's not necessary. If you feel that you're not getting enough profit doing what you're doing, go ahead and explore other things. Now that I searched the whole FM, sadly I found nothing to buy for you guys to show. I'll go ahead and say another tip. Someone came up to me the other day, and he watches my video, so hopefully he sees this. I'm not going to expose who he is, but he came up to me the other day, and he basically has anger management problems. I don't want anyone making fun of him because, you know, I'm sharing with you guys, you know, because some of you might have anger issues when merchanting. I understand that merchanting could be very stressful sometimes, especially when you see a super cheap item in the FM and it's sold, and you didn't get it. Like, I'll be honest, sometimes I get extremely pissed when I see a godly glove, for example, sold for like 200 mil when it's really worth 2 bill. Like, I get pissed when I see things like that because, damn, why couldn't I have gotten it? Why couldn't I be there at that time? Right? Do not get mad at those, like, situations. It's okay to get a little mad, but don't go all out and, like, hate yourself for it and rage quit. It's okay if you want to take a little 20-minute break. That's okay. Like, I don't want to hear any comments like, oh, that's over-exaggerating, oh, you take this game too seriously. No, if you're like that, if you're going to think like that about other people, just don't even watch my videos. I want equal respect for people, and, you know, if you get really angry at things like that, take a little 10-minute break and then go back into FM. Maybe you'll find an even better deal. Alright, so do not give up. Just remember that you don't need to get every deal, but it's best you get as many as you can on a daily basis, of course. So, you know, don't be bummed, don't be down like that. And one other quick tip, to maximize your profits a day, just do more FM checks a day. Like, check every single FM thoroughly every day. What I usually do is about 2 to 3 every day, and doing that I can make billions of profit every single day. So I think the golden number is about three FM checks every single day. That way you could get as much deals as possible, put them in your shop, and then next day you'll have as much misos as you spent, what you should have more actually because the profits. And then you're ready to do another day and another day and another day, and just do that for a month, and I promise you you'll have more money than you ever expected. So remember that 3 FM checks a day. If you see a deal and you get mad that you didn't get it, feel free to take a little 10-minute break and hop back into the FM, because remember, time is money. If you spend time not searching the FM, you're losing money. Profits are going every single minute. So we'll just look here. I was really debating on buying this glove the other day. Sorry, I cannot accept your invitation right now. I'm doing a video. I really want to buy this glove, but I'm not sure on the price. It kind of worries me that it's not sold yet. That's another thing you could look at for a hint. Like, if you see an item and it's unsold and you're thinking about buying it, it might not be worth what you think it is. I feel very confident that I could sell this glove for max misos. But you know what? I'm not in the mood to take a risk like that right now. I don't want to take a risk like that right now, and that's really pertaining to another tip, so I'll just go ahead and say right now. Where is it? Like I said, they're on my phone. Okay, so basically, if you're iffy about buying an item, do not take the chance. You'll probably end up missing out on some profit, sure, but guys, keep in mind that it's better safe than sorry. You don't want to be stuck with an item for weeks because it won't sell and then having to undersell it, okay? So, if you're iffy about an item, don't buy it. Better safe than sorry. When you have the misos like I do, I'm not trying to brag, but if you have the misos like I do, or you have that misos to throw around a little experiment with, go ahead and buy that item. But otherwise, better safe than sorry, and stick to the items that you can make a profit on. So don't go out and be wild, and just listen to your gut. If your gut says buy it, buy it. All right, but just be safe. Better safe than sorry. Alright, so let's keep checking these FMs. This video, yeah, might be very lengthy, but I think you guys, I think it's better to do these lengthy videos because I really want to get every crease of this merchanting stuff. I really want everyone to walk out of here, being able to make 2 bill misos no problem. That's my goal. This glove is way too expensive. Alright, you could look at books like Maple Warrior. Those are like the most wanted books. In my server it's about, I think it's 500 mil now. I think it bumped up to 500 mil for Maple Warrior 20 and 30. This person's just taking offers because they don't really know the price. You could lowball. Probably won't work on items like that, but you could try it anyway, right? Like I said, what do you got to lose? I want to buy this shoe, but I don't know. It's way too expensive for my liking. Let's see, anything here? Like chairs, I really stay away from chairs. I really don't like merching off chairs. You guys might like it, but shoot, that's not my thing for sure. Alright, just do quick FM checks. I really go a lot faster than this most of the time. But right now, yeah. The other day I merged a Empress Mage overall. I bought it for 20 mil and I resold it for 60. Because it had a nice bonus potential. So that was a good quick 40 mil profit. Let's go ahead into FM3. I'm really sorry that I can't find any profits for you guys, like any cheap items, so I could show you guys some quick profit. I want this glove too. I'm not sure if it's worth the price though. Like as you could probably tell, like I kind of know every item already in the FM. It's a pretty nice hat. It's worth the price for sure, I say. It's not bad. I'll inform the people in my server right now. I merch off of C-Nebs and B-Nebs. A lot of people do it. You could buy these ones, the green ones, for 50 mil each. Resell them, as you can see, for 30, 40, 50 mil. Blue ones I buy for 60 mil. Resell for 100 mil, 120 mil. So it's good, easy profit. People are always selling these stuff in the FMs. You just got to be there and, dedicate the time to it. So I'm not really seeing anything here that I could merch off of easily. Like I want something that I could for sure merch off, so I can show you guys I know what I'm doing. Like I don't want to, to be honest, I never sell things for less than I bought them. Another good thing, like I said, is scrolls right here. Let me show you an example. Nah, these are overpriced scrolls. You can start with scrolls. Scrolls are really cheap for the most part, and you know they're like 500k to 2 mil profits. So to be honest, I won't lie, I did merch a few little scrolls the other day. I bought some dagger attack 60% for 1 mil, and I resold them for 3 mil. Just 2 mil profits, just to keep the flow going, so I'm not bored or anything. Just like merch off little things like that, and you'll eventually, I promise you, it stacks up. And trust me, it's worth the time. It's worth the dedication. And now that we're in FM2, whoa, 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 look at this, guys. If you see an FM2 spot like this, I could have got it if I wanted it. Go ahead, take it. You can sell that spot for 40 mil. 40 mil easy, that spot. And now that we're in FM2 though, you guys should know this by now. I hate when my pet's hungry, so let me just feed him. Alright. And another tip time. So it's tip time. Let's see what I want to say. Something you guys could do is use my MMMG series to work up a starting point of misos. My MMMG series is a MapleStory miso making guide. Sorry, I kind of stumbled on that, but it's a MapleStory miso making guide. It's just little tips you could use to get a little starting misos, so you could actually start merchanting and stuff. Another tip that I actually really want to tell you guys, let me see if I can find an example, because this is really important and I really want you guys to note this down. Some of you may know this already, hopefully you guys do, but just in case, I'm going to tell you guys anyway, because like I said, I want to make sure I don't forget anything. Basically, come on, I need an example. They're usually everywhere. I don't know why I can't find one right now. Whoa, this is a really cheap spot. He just wants to get out of there, that's why. He just wants the quick 15 mil. He knows it'll sell quick for 15, that's why. What scroll was that so I can show you guys? Nah. Nothing in sight. You know what? Nah, I can't use that. Really just trying to look. That's actually how fast I do the FM checks though. I just really go through like that. And I'm not just even like, confused. I'm actually seeing every item. That's just how it is. Oh, it's rare. Not worth it at all. And then I go to FM13. I don't really check FM1. FM1 typically has only Emperor Scare, and you can't really find merch stuff there, because usually if you have an FM1 spot, you're not really a noob. I'm just saying I have a FM1 spot, so yeah, get at me. And if I can't find the item right now, wow, I'm surprised she sold it for that much. I could have bought it for 1 bill the other day, but I didn't, didn't really want to. And if I can't find it in this FM, I'm gonna have to tell you guys the tip without an example. Okay, here we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, so look at this earring, alright? It has 6% dex and 6% int. Some people might think, oh, it has 6% of 2 stats. This should be worth quite a bit. And this earring has 12% int. Now, realize the price difference between the two items, 6% and 12%. This one is set for 600 mil. It's really worth around maybe 400, but he has it for 600. So this earring is set for 600 mil, and this is set for 27 mil. Why do you think it's like that? Well, the reality behind it is a lot of items have huge jumps in prices depending on the percent. A 6% earring is almost of no value. They're so easy to get and everyone has them. So 6% earrings could range from 5 mil to 25 mil. A 9% earring, keep in mind it's only 3% more. A 9% earring is easily 100 mil to maybe 170 mil. Okay? And it depends on the stat. Keep in mind that int percent is usually lower. On the higher end you got luck and strength. Dex is in the middle. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Write that down. I'm pretty sure it's the same for every single server. Keep in mind that strength and luck are usually the most expensive. Dex is in the middle, and int is generally the cheapest. So keep that in mind, and guys, keep in mind that 6% stat to 9% stat, the price jumps a lot. Okay, so don't see 6% earrings for 20 mil and then be like, oh, I have a 9% earring. Since it's only 3% more, I'll sell it for about 20 mil more. Because you're ripping yourself off like that. You're not going to make profit like that. Okay? And if you do, well, congratulations to you, but you're still screwing up because your profit margins could be a lot higher. Okay, so keep in mind that the jumps are huge, from 6% to 9%, from 9% to 12%, from 12% to 15% is an even bigger jump. 15% earrings generally sell for 1 bill, 1.5 bill. Now the prices are increasing a lot for those of you that don't know. 15% earrings can sell for 1.5 bill nowadays, whereas just like a month ago they could sell for 1 bill max. Okay, so prices are. And guys, you really got to keep in mind, this is another tip. Let me just go ahead and tell you guys this right now. Yeah, keep in mind that the FM, the free market, fluctuates 24/7. Items can be one price today and tomorrow is 20 mil cheaper. So stay on top of events and updates like Maple Leaves and stuff that make things cheaper, because you can buy from shops, event shops. So stay on top of events and updates coming to the game to make sure you stay atop your game. Okay? So, the FM fluctuates a lot, and you just got to really do your daily FM checks, and I promise you'll be on top of your game. You'll know the prices at all times. Okay, so that way you never get ripped off, and that way you always have profits coming in. Alright, so keep in mind, 12% are like maybe 400 mil, meanwhile 15% are 1.5 bill. So that's a 1 bill leap in a 3% stat difference, okay? And it also depends on the tier. A 12% epic earring is not the same price as a 12% unique earring. And I hate when people do that. This is what this guy's doing. A 12% unique earring could probably sell for 600 mil. It will. A 12% epic earring? No, not so much. You're probably going to get 400 mil, so 200 mil cheaper. Okay? So keep that in mind, that you just got to keep in mind everything that affects, an item's price. Okay? Sorry for the stutter. You just got to keep everything in mind that affects an item's price, such as the tier, epic, unique, rare, legendary, and the percent it actually gives. Okay? So keep that in mind, and now we're moving on. Just do my little quick check. Helmet for Dex, 1 mil. You could probably sell this for 2 mil. I'm not gonna do it because but you could probably do it. I'm really depressed though that like I said though, can't really find anything in the FM lately. Gloves attack are really on the rise. I don't really know why. I think they're harder to get now, but they're really on the rise. If I wanted, I think I could buy all 54 of these. Let's see how much it would cost. It would cost me about 50 mil to buy all 54 of these, and I could probably sell them. I could probably sell them for 2 mil each, believe it or not. I kind of want to do it. I know I could sell them for 1.5 mil each, but you know what? I don't even have room in my shop anymore. I have too much stuff in my shop, so I won't do it. But I'm sure you guys would. I'm sure you guys would make a profit if you had an opportunity like this. Buy them all for the 50 mil, and I promise you, you can make probably at least 75 mil, so 25 mil profit. And remember, not everything always sells overnight. Like I said in every episode so far, you really got to have that patience. You really have to have that trait. You got to have that patience, man. You really got to have that patience. And yeah. So just have patience, be atop your game, and I'm not finding anything. So I skipped to FM18 because this FM is kind of dead. It's not like Scania or anything. Scania, however you guys want to say it. Oh, another merch I did. I'm not trying to, say this guy's noob. He's actually really pro. But I bought a nebulite from him. I was going to use it for myself, but I bought it for 850 mil. And I resold it for 1.5 bill. So it's almost double my money. I was gonna use it, but I decided not to, just sell it for double the money. So yeah, that's another profit I made last week. So in total, I made about 4 bill profit, if not way more, in profit last week. Oh, this is a thief cape. I like it. Not bad. Again, I just skipped through chairs. Don't mind me. I really hate chairs, man. Chairs are just the worst. Things I wouldn't recommend merching off of, guys, is chairs, because the prices for chairs, guys, let me tell you right now, those prices are not stable ever. Like, chair prices are just freaking fluctuating like a mofo. Every single day you see it for a different price. I'm not about that life, so I like sticking to my things that I know. Let's go ahead. This is probably the last half of my check for you guys. I really don't want it to be too lengthy, even though I want to get everything in here. I'm really sorry though that I can't, buy anything and show you guys some profits. Let's go ahead and find another tip for you guys. And guys, before I say another tip, please let me know how you did this episode. Please let me know if it was helpful to you, or please let me know if I just talked too much. Please, no, seriously. I don't care if your criticism is harsh or whatnot. As long as it's the truth, I need to know. Because if you guys don't like an episode like this, I will make sure that I fix it, because I really want this series to help you guys. If this episode is not good to you guys, I promise I'll redo it. So just let me know, okay? Um, let's see what I got here. The best way to... Okay. The best way to find a price check is to have a really experienced Maple friend like myself. But don't go ahead and start buddying me, because you guys know my policy on that. I don't buddy subscribers. So it's to have a really experienced Maple friend who knows their way around the FM and is knowledgeable in prices. Make sure this friend is true to you so they don't try and scam you your item by telling you it's worth 5 mil when it's really worth 500 mil. Okay, so make sure it's a really good friend. And the best thing, actually, though, is to know the prices yourself. The best and only reliable person you have, just like in the real world, the only person you could truly rely on is not your best friend, not your best bud, not your maple wife. It's yourself. So it's best to be knowledgeable on your own. And another tip is Basil Market. You guys, I'm pretty sure, are familiar with the website Basil Market. It's not, and I repeat, it is not a good quick way for a price check, because it can take way too long before you get any responses, and you could really miss out on a good deal if you're depending on that site to give you a quick price check. So like I said, best thing is to either have a friend, a good friend, that won't try and backstab you, or to just be knowledgeable on your own. That's number one though. Be knowledgeable on your own. See what else I can sell here. Like I said, let's see what else I could tell here. I meant. Like I said before, be careful and only buy things you know you can resell 100% for a profit in the beginning. Later down the road, when you have more mesos to spare, you can go ahead and take some of those risky deals. Alright, so just keep that in mind again. In MapleStory, greater risk does not mean greater reward. You guys got to keep that in your head, alright? Greater risk does not mean greater reward. In the real world, it is like that, because if you invest like $1 million in a company, there's greater risk, but the chances of but the reward are going to be way better than a smaller thing if it actually comes through. I don't know if that made sense to you guys, but that's something I learned in business, and it's not the same really for MapleStory. You guys got to be smart about your deals and make sure you can flip them to make a nice oozing profit. Like, I'm not trying to brag, like I said, or anything, but honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever actually sold an item for less than I bought it. And I'm being so honest. Like, I buy items every single day. And yeah, I always make a profit on them. Whether it's 2 mil or 2 bill, I always have to make a profit no matter what. I only buy items that I know. Like, even if it takes a week, I know I'm going to make a profit on it, alright? I really don't like having to go to that point where you got to undersell your stuff, because that makes you want to quit merchanting, and that's not what I'm trying to, I'm not trying to have that. So, and this leads to my last point, actually, for this episode. When selling items, don't be tempted to lower your price. The items are worth the price, but the market for it might just be small. Okay, you guys got that? The items are worth the price, but the market for it might just be small, meaning you have to have patience. But if you do have that patience, I promise you, you will make that money that you think it's worth. You just gotta wait, because you gotta wait for the right person to come along. So you have to wait for the right person to come along, and they'll gladly buy it for your desired price. It's happened to me all the time, where I can't even, it's hard for me to even give advice on this, because often enough I lower my prices. Don't get me wrong, I still make whopping profits, but I do lower my prices quite often, because I don't have that much patience, I'm getting tired of it, but so I lower my prices. I still make profit, but you don't typically want to lower your price, alright? You just gotta have patience and wait for that right person to come along and come in your store, and interact with your customers every now and then. so many, like 70% of the time that I talk to my customers, they end up leaving with something. So they buy something from me. You know, you just got to be a good salesman sometimes. Maybe that's all you need to do. Just advertise it properly. Alright, so I think that's about all the tips I want to tell you guys for today's episode. Um, I know I said a lot in this video. You guys can feel free to replay this video as many times as you need. I really would, you know, feel like I'm doing a big help for you guys if you guys actually, you know, wrote some of this stuff down, kept it in a little diary or something, like on a Microsoft Word document. You know, just have some of this stuff down, because I promise you this knowledge is gold. I promise you what I'm telling you guys is not fake, and in fact will in turn give you guys profits, provided you follow my my rules and my examples, and just, you know, do things right. And also, guys, you know, for what it's worth, just be legit. When you guys get bigger and you're doing transactions worth 4 bill, man, just be legit, man, because I promise you 5, 6, 7 years of being legit, for me, it's paying off, because people now trust me to go trust me enough so that they go first in transactions. Alright, so, you know, be legit. um if you guys scam and you watch me, you know, I guess that's okay. You know, I don't promote scamming or anything like that, but, you know, you do you. Just don't, you know, talk to me about scamming or anything like that, because I'm against that. But if that's you, then no, you do you. um but yeah, I'd appreciate if all you guys were legit. And guys, like I said, patience and stuff. So there's only one more thing that I want to go through this episode, which is, I'm kind of unorganized over here. Let me find it. It's my profit that I made from last episode. Yay! Okay, so last episode, guys, in MapleStory Merchanting Series, episode number 2, I spent 272 mil 272 mil in total. Okay? And the things I bought were advanced potential scrolls, advanced equip enhancement scrolls, spider familiars, and eggs, Easter egg buffs. So keep that in mind. I spent 272 mil, and guess how much I made? I made a profit of, I didn't even add it up. Damn, I'm stupid. I made a profit of, like, let's see, let me do quick calculations. That's 100 mil. So 170 mil. I made a profit of 1.2 billion last episode. So if you guys do not remember how last episode went, feel free to go back and watch it, look at the items I bought, and look at the things I said, and then come back to this one and be like, wow, he made 1.2 billion in that short time that he was there. Guys, you could do it too. You just gotta follow the rules, follow the steps, and, you know, you're on your way to richness and success. Okay? So I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, I'll definitely include it in MapleStory Merchanting Series episode number 4. I'm definitely going to keep the videos coming every week. Thank you all to, you know, all you nice people coming and saying hi to me. You like my videos, whether you mean it or not, you know, it feels great to hear. So thank you all. Please follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. I might be doing a live stream soon. You know, follow me on Twitter, Twitch. You could, you know, check out my second channel. And just subscribe if you think I'm helping you. And last time I'm going to say this, feedback is key. You know, please let me know how you did this episode. If it's too long for you, let me know, okay? If it's too short, let me know. If I didn't put enough detail in things, if you're really disappointed because I didn't buy anything, just let me know, and I promise I will fix my mistakes. I'm only human, guys. I'm just trying my best to help you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have trouble merchanting, and, you know, as my subscribers and as my viewers, I want to give you guys something special. So here you go, okay? You guys could expect episode number 4 coming out down the road. With some more tips, and I'll see you all next time, guys. Thank you all for the lovely support. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this has been a Sorrowful production. Don't you forget that. Sorrowful memory, sorrowful memory, sorrowful memory. Alright? Keep it easy, and I'll see you all next time.